fireworks store. If I had to keep up with the 4th of July right now, I couldn't do it. I would have to hire somebody to be my right hand because I could only put in probably half the energy I normally do.
Now at 11, the long-term impacts of COVID-19. An Indianapolis woman who is a COVID long hauler is sharing one of the more bizarre effects of the virus. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Griffin.
And I'm Mark Mullins. At this point in the pandemic, an average of more than 13,000 COVID cases are reported in Indiana each day. And doctors say even mild or asymptomatic cases can lead to long-term fatigue and headaches. WRTV's Cornelius Hocker shows us the physical and emotional toll of another strange side effect and what doctors know about it so far.
Kim Legel caught COVID twice.
I will tell you, I used to be one of those people. I don't care if they caught it. You know, if I caught it, it's my time to catch it, and I'll build my immune system up and I'll be good to go.
But after recovering the second time, she soon learned she was what doctors consider a COVID long hauler. What's worse, she has one of the rarer symptoms of it.
December 2nd, I went to a restaurant and I walked in, and the smell of just the food cooking made me vomit, for lack of a better. I had to run out the restaurant and vomit right in front of it. I thought I was crazy because I just kept smelling this smell. And then I went to the gas station and got a Sprite, and it tasted like ammonia to me.
To make things worse, this weird reaction tied to her smell and taste touches everything.
Anything I used to like, I can't eat anymore. So if I liked ranch dressing, I can't eat it anymore. If I liked mayonnaise, I can't eat it anymore. If I didn't like mustard, I love mustard now.
Doctors say parosmia is the distortion of a person's sense of smell, and it's taking an emotional toll on Kim.
I'm battling depression right now because of it. I go through mass anxiety, especially when I have to go out to dinner with people.
Dr. Elissa Illing with IU Health has done extensive research on parosmia and says what people experience typically falls into 3 categories.
Some people will say that food will taste rubbery. Some people will say it tastes kind of like a trash or something, or some people will say it tastes like chemicals, cleaning chemicals.
More people getting infected means more people who've come to Dr. Illing and her team for help. She says it's common for upper respiratory viruses to cause the loss of smell and or taste, but doctors are still studying the specific link between parosmia and COVID.
We're trying to determine why some people have these different interpretations of their smell, and is that predictive of how quickly they'll maybe recover?
Dr. Illing says she understands why people experiencing parosmia go through so much emotional turmoil, but she offers this hope for those experiencing it.
There are some therapies that we do have some preliminary data on that seem to be helpful, and that includes things like nasal steroid sprays and something called olfactory training. Despite
the anxiety Kim continues to face, there are moments of hope, like this one, when we met at the fireworks shop she owns.
I could still smell the gunpowder and the smoke, which was a good thing to me because one of the fears that I have is that I'm not going to be able to smell my house on fire or a gas leak.
Kim is also getting through this tough time by turning to social media, where she finds support from people going through the same thing.
There are support groups out there, and there are thousands of people just like us. And that is the biggest thing, because people, when I try and explain where I'm at, they really just don't understand, or they want to give sympathy, but it's hard to give sympathy to something you don't understand.
Working for you, Cornelius Hocker, WRTV.
Well, Dr. Illing encourages anyone experiencing problems with their taste and smell to reach out to her office or your primary care physician. The CDC has a long list of post-COVID symptoms and conditions that people may experience 4 or more weeks after the virus. They include difficulty thinking or concentrating, chest or stomach pain, sleep problems, mood changes, and changes in smell or taste like Kim is experiencing. The CDC also says some people with severe cases of COVID may later experience issues with their heart, lungs, skin, kidneys, and brain. They say the best way to avoid these complications is to avoid getting COVID in the first place by getting vaccinated.